to Simmerin Simmons. Today we're going to be making some gnocchi. We're going to start off with some leftover mashed potatoes. I have about a cup of that in the bowl here. We're going to go equal parts flour, so this is a cup of all-purpose flour. Add that. We've got 1 egg. Put that in there. We've got a little bit of salt. Let's get some garlic powder in there. A little bit of garlic powder. And then we're just going to make a little dough out of it. Knead all that together. It's a great vehicle for leftover mashed potatoes. If anybody saw the Salisbury steak episode, we had some leftover mashed red potatoes that were delicious, and we're going to put some of these in here. That's a little sticky, so might have had some extra moisture in these mash. It's nice to just start off with that 1 cup of flour, but we can add a little bit more if we need to. Yep, I think we're going to need to. A little more there. So with this gnocchi, we're going to do like a kind of a toasted garlic cream cheese sauce. It'll be real good. We're going to use some vegetable base and some water. You could use just vegetable stock. Essentially, we're just going to make vegetable stock out of the bouillon. And you just want to get this dough to where it's not quite sticking to you. So maybe now it's been a cup and a quarter, but those mashed potatoes are kind of tightly packed cup. You know, and some mashed potatoes might be moister than, or more moist than others. Moister. Once we have our ball of dough, just kind of lightly flour our area here. You don't have to do it right on the counter. You can use a cutting board or whatever, but it'll be fine. And I like to take it, separate it in 2. Right? And separate that in 2. And you just do one of these. You guys remember Play-Doh? You played with Play-Doh as a kid? Kind of just, you know, it'll break. It just broke. It's all good. You kind of want it to be like 3/4 of an inch wide. You can use that little flour down there if it gets a little sticky on you. But you know, you basically make it look like little snakes with it. Little gnocchi snakes. And again, with everything else, you know, it's rustic. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It doesn't have to be all super uniform everywhere. At least not here, it doesn't. I'm not too concerned with that kind of stuff, as you guys may well know. I think it all ends up looking pretty in the end when you're eating it. You know, sometimes you'll get a little thin, it might break right there. It's fine, just keep on going. Just keep on going. You're going to cut it all into little pieces anyway. It's fine, see? We've got one more little guy here. You know, you can get them all lined up once you get them done. Make it easier for you to cut them. And you just cut them like the size of your thumb knuckle. That's what I do anyway. You know, a couple pieces might be smaller or whatever, it'd be alright. Not rocket science, you're just playing with Play-Doh. I like to take a fork when I'm done. Just kind of like score them a little bit. I think this helps to let the sauce kind of stick to these guys a little bit more. Yeah, you can see that. Get them all just ridged a little bit. You can just do the one side, it's fine. Flip it on, you flip it over, do both sides if you want, but you be fine with just doing one. You just be fine with doing one, take them and just get them all in there. Try not to clump them together. You know, if you get a couple pieces that stick together, it could be alright. Just have a little bit bigger one. Right? Just have a little bit bigger one. This will just make it easier for us to get them in the water. So we've got our water back here. What do we do with our water? We put some salt in it, for sure. A little salt in there. And then these guys, put them right down in the water. You know, and if you worry about getting splashed or burn a little bit, you can use a little slotted spoon and ease them down in the water. I'd be lying to you if I said that wouldn't burn me a little bit, but you know, you tough it out. Since these are fresh, they're not going to cook near as long as some kind of dry store-bought pasta did. 3 or 4 minutes in here. You'd be good to go. Get you a spoon, just like we did with that pasta. Stir those guys up. Let them hang out in there like little dumplings. Okay? So back here we're going to get a little oil in this pan. We're going to get some water in there. Get you like a teaspoon of this vegetable stock base. And granted, if you just had regular stock ready to go, you just use that instead. Or you could use chicken stock or beef stock, whatever. Be okay. Now this stuff too, this stuff's already pretty salty, so you don't have to go super crazy with the salt. We might add a little bit for taste or whatever, but you know, you see what's happening here. Just mix all that in there. This is a really quick one, you know. I mean, by the time that gnocchi's done, the sauce will be all but done. We'll be ready to rock. And a couple more pieces of down there. Let it all float up to the top. And again, it's rustic, you know. It doesn't have to be perfectly shaped. Can't have all these rules. Too many rules. People get all scared, freaked out about cooking, trying to follow all these rules. I'm not worried about it. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it. So we got that guy hanging in there. I'm ready to pull this pasta just because it'll cook some in this sauce too. It's not all done. We don't want to get it too gummy. This guy can go right in your colander. Get right in there like that. Alright, we've got that stock set up pretty good now. We've got about 6 ounces. You could use a whole 8-ounce thing of cream cheese. This is what I had left. Put some cream cheese right in there. That'll be delicious. We've got some pre-made some Basil Pesto. This Son of Italy brand's pretty good for their line of stuff. If you want to make pesto, by all means, knock yourself out. We can do that on another episode. I just didn't have the stuff today. And this is all, you know, good little tablespoon in there. Here at Simmerin Simmons, we're all about trying to use what's in your fridge. I've got this toasted garlic. This is like 4 cloves of toasted garlic. I did earlier. You're going to see a lot of garlic used on this show. It's good for you. So we've got all that stuff in there. We've got a little fresh chopped parsley we're going to add to it too once it gets groovy. But, you know, just going to let this cheese kind of do its thing. Just waiting on the cheese to melt. So this is real simple, y'all. You got some leftover mashed potatoes, you got a little all-purpose flour, you make you a dough. If you had, say you had spaghetti sauce, or if you had pizza sauce or something, you didn't have this pesto, you could use that. You know, pretty much any kind of combination of stock and a little bit of dairy. You could use butter if you didn't have oil, you know. Just make it your own. Put your favorite sauce on there. I wouldn't go put barbecue sauce on it or nothing like that, but you know, you do what you're going to do at your house, you know. Who knows, maybe barbecue gnocchi would be delicious. I'd probably try it. You could probably, you know, cover it with like a meat gravy or something. It'd be fine. It's going to be fine. Alright, our sauce is getting close. You get in there and groove it around a little bit. Smelling really good here. It's got that basil and that garlic happening. And the cream cheese is nice and mild. You know, if you wanted a little tang to it, you could throw a little gorgonzola in there if you wanted. Maybe some, if you got some grated Parmesan, put that in there. I don't have any of that today, but I'd put it in there if I did. I'd put it in there for sure. We're going to just let this keep producing a little bit, you know. Let it cook on down. You know, think I'm gonna put a little bit of that in. We'll put just a little bit of crushed red pepper. You don't want to light them up. I mean, I'd be fine with it, but some people don't like it too spicy. I'm gonna hit it with just a little bit of cream. Get on top. A little bit of that cream. Get a little bit of this black pepper in there. Y'all know I can't make anything without putting this pepper in. Y'all have figured that out, right? This is like the co-host, right? If you don't like pepper or whatever, don't put it in there. You know, we don't try to talk people out of it. Get your own show if that's what you're going to try to do, you know? Don't cook with it. It's not going to be as good. I'll tell you that. Oh, see, that's looking nice. That's looking nice right now. When we get it there about there, we're just going to get the gnocchis in there. Get them in there. Let them soak up all that. And it can still reduce a little bit when those guys are in there. It'll still reduce a little bit. Let it cook down. Turn that heat down a little bit. Especially with cooking with these cast irons, man. Like I said, it holds on to it. That's for sure. Man, look at that. Look at that. I wish we had some garlic bread for this. We don't have any garlic bread. That's a shame. All right, this is pretty thick now. We're going to hit it with this parsley. Get that in there. And you chopping parsley. You can chop up some of the stem too. That don't matter. You don't have to pull all the leaves off of it. Just chop the leaves. It all tastes like parsley. Adds a nice little bit of color. If you had some spinach, you want to chop up some spinach, you can do that. Put that in there. You go in here and get you some. Get a little bit of it. And there we have our gnocchi. Leftover mashed potatoes, some toasted garlic, some love, some cream cheese. What else you want? Thanks so much for tuning in to Simmerin Simmons. We'll see you next time. Take her easy.